just crazy. So again, UFC returns to the Apex this week, last week, which we're still talking about the Dallas event. Let's jump to the phone lines and welcome back. It has been a long time. Geoff Neal, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad. We appreciate your time. Another fight week. How do you get through fight week, and is it the same every time?
I mean, it's pretty much the same every time. This is actually a different fight week now because we're at a actual hotel, a nice one, instead of being at the Residence Inn. I hated that. But, this fight week feels exciting again. Before it was just boring and just, you know what I mean? It was just at the Residence Inn, before you couldn't leave, you couldn't do nothing. It was just boring. But, I feel good. Like, I'm sitting here looking at the strip right now. It's just, it's a good feeling.
So it's opened up a little bit. Your last couple fights also at the Apex. How different is it? And do you have to, I don't know whether it's get yourself up to go into the Apex or just tell me the difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference. My first two fights at the Apex, they were like no fans. You know what I mean? It was just like kind of like empty. It was just like UFC staff. So it was like super quiet. But this time they allow fans into the Apex. You know what I mean? They got chairs and stuff set up, so there's gonna be some kind of atmosphere there. You know what I mean?
But it's still
arena atmosphere,
right? But it's kind of like going back to the early career days. Of small crowds, and do you like that? Like I liked the Apex. I liked the Apex with no fans, where I could hear everything. I could hear coaches. I could hear you athletes being talked to.
Yeah, I mean. It's double-edged sword. I know it's consumer friendly to put it in the Apex, but you know what I mean. As far as the athlete going out there, I didn't train 12 years of my life to fight inside of a building with nobody in there. You know what I mean. I've trained my whole life to fight in stadiums, arenas. You know what I mean.
Sure,
that's what I work so hard for.
Before I ask you about your opponent, I'm curious because my main concern in life is food. So I'm curious. Did you get a discount when you worked at the steakhouse?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I got free food anytime a guest would be like, oh, or somebody punch in the wrong order, throw that in the box and get some free food.
That's awesome. I think I need to go get a part-time job at a steakhouse just so I can eat some more. Give me your thoughts on your opponent.
He's tough, man. He's a real tough opponent. Probably like one of the tough opponents I've faced. He's going to come forward. He's going to throw punches. It's going to be an exciting fight for sure. You know what I mean? I'm going to match his energy. Whatever energy he comes out with, I'm matching it.
Do you watch film? When you're getting ready, you find out who you're fighting. Do you watch film of your opponent, or is it, more what you're going to do to the opponent more than what he has done or could do?
Yeah, I mean, I watch film. It's just but it's mainly just to see the tendencies. You know what I mean? Every styles make matchups. Styles make fights. You know what I mean? So he's not going to fight me the way he fought a lot of other people that I watch film on, and I'm not going to do the same thing that those other people did that I watch film on. I just got to watch for his little tendencies that are consistent throughout all the fights. You know what I mean? That's what I watch the fights for, just to see little things that he always does and that he's always going to do.
How do you deal with a fighter that won't engage? That's been kind of a topic about boring fights and things like that. So when you see a fighter that's kind of scared to engage you for whatever reason, do you get on the offensive and push the pace more? Or do you still kind of wait to see what's going on and wait for him to make a mistake?
That's a tough one because you know what I mean. Because some fighters that don't engage, they're just looking to counter you. You know what I mean. So if you push the pace and you come forward, you might end up getting dropped in your face. But it's a tough one. You maybe feinting fakes and getting in, maybe fucking appeal to the crowd and point at the man and be like, come on, and make him feel bad and. He'll have to fucking engage or something.
Yeah. And just for clarification, back at the station, he said trucking.
Yeah.
He's also a trucker, a mover. So that's when he said trucker.
So inches is okay. But trucking is not okay.
Right. Exactly. Geoff, what's the craziest, strangest, funniest thing that's ever happened, in the middle of a fight?
I don't have any stories about that, honestly. All my fights have been pretty tame. As far as, the fighting aspect.
What's running through your mind during a fight? Are you thinking ahead, or are you not thinking at all, and you're just kind of, going on instincts?
Oh, man. That is a tough one. I think it's just instinct. usually after a fight, like I don't really remember too much of the fight, you know what I mean, until I rewatch it, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I was thinking this right here. This is what I was thinking right here. But you know what I mean, I kind of stay in the moment. You know what I mean, focus on what's right ahead of me.
When you watch a fight, and I ask fighters this all the time, can you watch a fight as enjoyment, or are you always watching as this is what you do for a living? I'm trying to pick up something, you know, a take here or something there.
Yeah, honestly, I don't watch too many fights. You know what I mean? Unless it's like a really big card, or if it's somebody in my division that's up and coming, or a ranked fighter. You know what I mean? And it's like you said, like it's not enjoyment. You know what I mean? I'm like picking it apart and dissecting and seeing, you know what I mean, what's up and coming and what's ahead of me.
Are you constantly watching for positioning of guys and rankings and who I'm fighting next and where I'm going to be after this, or is it one of those things you just put your head down and grind and kind of look up and see where you are when you are?
Yeah. This work, this grind. You know what I mean? I don't really pay attention to the rankings too much. I don't even know like where everybody's ranked. I just know Luque is number 6 and I'm number 12. I don't know where anybody else in the rankings is at. You know what I mean? I kind of know who's in the rankings, but as far as where they're at, don't really care. Luque is a tough opponent. You know what I mean? So it'll be foolish for me to be like looking past him and looking at other stuff. I got to get through him first before I can think about that.
Absolutely, and that is this Saturday night. Geoff, what can the fans expect when you get back in the octagon on Saturday night?
Oh man, just expect me. I mean, I feel like I'm the best version of myself, you know, and it's gonna be a pretty good fight, you know. It's going to be a lot of blood. It's going to be a lot of action, and it's going to be something that the fans could look forward to watching.
It's only a couple days away. I can't wait. Have fun on Saturday. I know we have your address. We're going to send you a care package from 8 Man Strong, some of their swag, for you coming on and talking to us for a few minutes today.